Okay, folks, Andrew Bobros here. Well, third round draft pick. We drafted our huge nose tackle and defensive lineman, Jamaree Caldwell. Some people might say this might be a little bit of a stretch at the third round, but I'll tell you right now, he is exactly what Jesse Minter wants. He is, I'm already going to say this, his nickname is going to be the Mountain. He is gigantic. Gigantic. If you watch Game of Thrones, you know what I'm talking about. That guy is gigantic. And my point is, woo, this guy is big. He's going to move bodies and really collapse and block destruct that pocket. Patrick Mahomes ain't going to know where to run to because this guy's going to be smashing him on the ground. Let's talk about it, guys. So let's get into it. Okay, folks, as always, like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content. I'm Andrew Bopros. So let's talk a little about this guy, right? Again, the draft has been pretty interesting. I've really liked our picks. Again, my brother just did a video on our wide receiver we scooped up. But this guy, man, is really, really going to be interesting. I'm very curious to see how he ends up for the Chargers. Jamaree Caldwell. And there's a lot to talk about him specifically. Let's just look at his stats for his 1 year at Oregon. Again, 1 year. That's it. 0 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 29 tackles, 16 solo tackles. You're like, does it really matter? I mean, that's not great, right? No good stats. The whole point, though, is this. He's a run stopper, block destruction, smash that A gap, smash that B gap, smash that nose. If we're pulling right, smash. Do not let them pull right. Get in the lane, block, destruct. Just do not let them do what they want to do. And that's what this guy does. Guys, he's 6'2", 332. That is big. Butt and gut, all the above. Have not missed any meals. If anything, ate way too much meals. My point is, very great. Now, again, you might say, well, look, he's probably a bit of a stretch. 31 overall position rank for the defensive lineman, at least on NFL Draft Buzz. I'm not a huge fan of that ranking. I don't think that's exactly right, but the player rating is probably about correct. 83 out of 100. Interesting story with him as well, too. And his 40 time is not great. I mean, that's probably as fast as me, just joking. That's much faster than me. But, back in the days, yeah, it's still probably faster than me, if I'm completely honest. But let's look at his stats real quick. And just kind of look at what his production has been, right? At Houston, 11 total tackles, I should say, 6 solo, 2 sacks. Okay. Second year at Houston, 2023, 27 total, 22 total, forced fumbles, and 7 sacks, which is really good. Went to Oregon, 29 total, 16 solo, and 1 forced fumble and 0 sacks, right? So again, you might be saying to yourself, well, man, like, why did we pick him in the third round, right? The reality is he does exactly what Jesse Minter wants him to do, okay? 100%. Block destruction, right? Vertical jump, not great. That's probably around what I could do, maybe. 40-yard dash. Yeah, anyways, you get my point. But player overview, let's go through the player overview a little bit here on him. Now, again, he's a nose tackle and defensive tackle. So he does both. I would suspect he'll probably be more of a nose. Now, Boog on ESPN said, like, he's really a 2-down defensive lineman. That's it. He gasses out towards the end of the game. So I wouldn't suspect that he's going to be the guy that's out there all 3 downs. And the reality is that's a big part of, maybe why he has slipped. But he is exactly what the Chargers want. And let me explain why. We rotate a lot of players in and out anyways, right? We just need him for first and second down to collapse a pocket, not allow the running back to get that short yardage. So on third down, they're set up to just have an easier opportunity to get a first down. So again, it puts him in a position where, it does exactly what we want. Then we can put our pressure package out there and go from there. But again, block destruction, absolutely great. He went to the Senior Bowl, very good. So let's just read some of his bio. Again, he was a 0-star recruit. He went to Hutchinson Community College. So it's a really cool story in the fact that he was at a community college, JUCO transfer, and then went to Houston, then obviously went to Oregon. So let me just talk about this. Prototypical nose build with exceptional density and natural leverage. That's exactly why we want him. A big freaking block destruction, dude. That's it. Surprising first step for his size. Plays with outstanding upper body and heavy hands. Block the run. That's what we want him for. Puna Ford type, right? Demonstrates advanced stack and shed techniques against the one-on-one blocks. forklift moves, exhibits remarkable lateral agility. I mean, for a big dude, that says a lot, right? Shows a good play recognition, versatility. He can run a 0 technique and a 5 technique based on situation. So he's versatile, right? Nose and defensive tackle. You can move up and down the line, which is big. Determined motor, very big. Now, again, so here's the weaknesses, though. And this is really why might be a little bit of a stretch. But again, he fits exactly what Jesse Minter needs him to do. It would just stop the run and collapse the pocket, right? But he has below average arm length. Pass repertoire remains limited, pretty much a bull rusher. Tends to attack double teams rather than absorbing them, which means he just kind of blocks the gap and, a little bit different. Finishing ability needs refinement. Pad level, noticeably fatigued in later games, right? He's a big dude, man. He gasses out. That's the short answer, right? But look, overall, he's exactly what Jesse Minter needs him to do. And, I think that there's a lot to be said about that. And I'm really one of those people that says to myself, well, okay, that's all well and good, but did we stretch for him? You might say we did, but at the end of the day, does it really matter? If we're getting what we need in him, then who cares, right? So let's talk a little bit about what, Jim Harbaugh and really, George, he's going to talk about. Now, again, I have not seen the press conference. I'm literally filming this right after he was picked. So these are my first impressions. We'll probably do an entire recap a little later on. But why did the Chargers get him? So we're going to talk about Athletics' Dane Brugler, who pretty much goes through. Again, the Chargers picked him 86th overall pick in the draft, which is right around where he was kind of projected, I suppose. Okay, so Brugler wrote, which is interesting. Caldwell is regarded as a strong prospect in the defensive tackle class. The thing where he could have slipped was he doesn't fit everyone's scheme, if that makes sense, right? 3-4, probably 4-3, yes and no. But what Jesse Minter wants to do in block destruction, he's exactly what he needs him to do. So that's where the conversation is very different. That's why he could have slipped, but he did not slip. The Chargers wanted him because he does exactly what we need. So again, let's see what Dan Brugler said specifically about this. Caldwell's an interesting study because he has the look of a squatty nose. I think that's kind of funny. Squatty nose. Good gamer tag. But the quickness and activity level of the one gapper, it's another good gamer tag right there, one gapper, with the potential to impact the backfield. Caldwell, I see myself as a pure, this is exactly what Caldwell says. I see myself as a pure 3 technique, but I can do both. So Bugler says he can explode into the blockers and create pop. Okay, it's exactly what Jesse Minter wants. Block destruction, block destruction, block destruction. Although I worry about the NFL centers ceiling him. He needs to be more consistent with his hands for quicker sheds. So it's a good point, right? They double team him, he can't get away, right? If he hopes to turn into a potential more production, overall, the tape runs hot and cold for Caldwell, right? And he plays with a confused identity, right? I would say that's also because he has played in a lot of different systems, and secondarily, the nose is really just about being aggressive and blocking gaps. Now, for what Jesse Minter wants, again, we don't care that he sacks the quarterback. We don't. We want to see him collapse the packet. And really just not allow the gap to be there for the run. That's it. Smash the A gap, smash the B gap, and do your job. Take care of 2 people off that board because we'll have a numbers advantage on the pass rush, and that's really what we want, right? So, but again, you can't run hot and cold as a defensive lineman, right? You got to at least take care of that double team. Plays with confused identity. However, he has an interesting collection of traits. A little bit of everything on tape. He'll make him appealing to different schemes. Again, this is what I just want to emphasize as far as what Dan Brugler says. Appealing for different schemes. He's exactly what Jesse Minter wants, right? So he's a system fit guy. So again, he's 24 years old, 6'2", 322 pounds. Sorry, 332 pounds. Yowzers. All 14 games for Oregon. 29 total tackles, 16 total, 4.5 tackles for loss, forced fumble, 3 pass breakups during the 2023 season. Look, at the end of the day, it'll be interesting to see how he's used. I do think he is exactly what Jesse Minter wants, and that's why we scooped him up. So I'm excited. What do you guys think about this pick? Do you think it's a good pick? Should we gotten a tight end? I think we probably go tight end next is what I would assume. Maybe best available tight end. Maybe Meyer will be there. Or is it Meyer? The guy from Notre Dame, we'll see if he's going to be available. Not Meyer. Either way, you get what I'm saying. Tight end probably is what I'm thinking for the next pick. But guys, we'll see. As always, Andrew Bopros, leave a comment down below for the algorithm. We really appreciate you guys. As always, see you guys in the next one.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching Bolt Bros podcast. Let's go.
Charged up, Bolt Bros on the night.